Agenda-free Friday, the format is simple. You set the agenda with your wonderful phone calls. You call us and whatever you want. We just follow your lead, your agenda. So we will take calls in the opening segment if you're ready at 617-779-0985. We'll get to you after we give some opening takes to let everything settle. Who wants to go first? Maz, I think you should go first since it relates to your take. Hi, by the way. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Good, you? Yep. So, look, we're big on scoreboards here, and we've talked about this sort of thing before, but I decided to look at Brady v. Belichick in just a slightly different way, and that is purely since the breakup. Because I think we now have Brady versus Belichick, the final score. If Bill never coaches again, I think there is that very real possibility that it's over. Bill's out, Brady's out. They went their separate ways. What happened? So I did a little bit of the research. Brady with Tampa Bay, 37-20, 5 playoff wins, Super Bowl title, winning percentage of .649. Belichick, during that same period, 29-39, 0 playoff wins, winning percentage of .426, and may have destroyed Mac Jones in the process. I'll just throw that in there too.
And an organization.
Exactly. But really, here's the bigger thing. Brady won, retired, got a $300 million deal or whatever the hell it is from Fox. Okay? Like, they couldn't pay Brady enough. Bill got fired and can't get a job. What an ass-kicking this turned out to be. What an ass-kicking. And again, I'm taking it off the football field. Tom Brady goes out. Granted, may have not had the greatest interest that we thought, but there were teams that wanted him. Got one, won games, won a Super Bowl, and got a huge broadcasting deal from Fox. Bill might have one of those down the road. Who knows? But his coaching career, over, and got fired. Nobody wants to hire him, and doesn't have a job.
So what you're saying is that Tom Brady has beat him in life.
Absolutely. Pummeled him beyond belief. Talk about, so is there any doubt when you look at it from that standpoint, who needed the other more? Holy crap, what a beating. Bill can't even get a job.
Murray, your thoughts?
I'm sure your green glue-sniffing green teamers all pants off after last night's blowout over the Heat, and fine. I don't want to stand in anyone's way. If that's how you feel, you want to revel in it, go nuts. When they hit threes like that, their team's impossible to beat. Like, they're the best team in the NBA. So you should feel good about that. And they obviously seemingly dodged a bullet with the Porzingis injury, too, which in the moment looked awful. So good, feel good. But me, I want to just stay consistent with the way that I feel about the Celtics right now. Last week, I wasn't all Chicken Little about the loss to the Nuggets like some people, Mazz. And with last night, I don't think there's much that you can take away from a 33-point win, even if it's against the Heat. Not against that team, who's owned them in the postseason. I don't want to jump to conclusions and say, like, oh, no, they're over the Heat now. Like, you still want to see them in the postseason? I don't. And so, I don't know, maybe talk to me again. We'll revisit this in a few weeks. They're going to go back down to Miami on Sunday the 11th, afternoon game, prime time, all of that. But the point being is, like, the real test for me still, when they play that specific team, when they play Miami, play a game that's close. 3 or 4 minutes left. I got to see it look like that. Like a blowout, and it's a blowout kind of early. Like, I can't make too much out of that. So, good win, sure, but I would caution you from making too much of that, just like I did last week with the Denver loss.
So that take for the Celtics is keep it in your pants.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
The Heat, I'm not afraid of the Heat now. Nothing Heat culture. Where's your Heat culture? Where's all the fans? Everyone bailed out early. You still want to see them in the postseason? How do you trust the Celtics against that team in a close game? Like, I'd hit the brakes on that.
Okay, I'll give you a little Bruins today. I'll expand on this further, but the Bruins won again last night. It is amazing. I don't know if there is a team that has won as much as they have won the last couple of years, and still no one really believes in them, and probably rightfully so. Another win, 2 points that puts them atop of the NHL. But how do you really feel about them? They blow a 2-goal lead against that team. I don't care if it's a second of back-to-back. But I want to hit on Brad Marchand. He hits the game winner, scores a game winner in the 3-on-3, and that gives him 396 career goals and moves him into, is it 5th place in the all-time Bruins scoring list? 5th place. Busick, Espo, Bergeron, Middleton, Marchand, Bork, Neely. Like, that is a list with some integrity.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good list. And, I mean, big credit to Brad Marchand. Seriously. Remember when he first came up, how we mocked him?
Oh, yep.
Marshmont? To think that guy, and I mean, he showed himself as a rookie in 2011. They won the cup, and he was a factor. And so, he started proving himself immediately. But still, Brad Marchand up there with the greats of the greats in franchise history, and is going to climb higher. He should finish probably third. He should surpass Bergeron. He's 33 goals behind Bergeron. If Marchand plays next year, he's going to be third all time. And that's a big credit to him. I don't know if anyone, no matter how pie in the sky you were, a big Marchand fan in 2011, would have thought that he'd surpass Cam Neely, Ray Bourque, Patrice Bergeron, go on down the line. That is, mad respect for Brad Marchand.
With good reason. The guy's career is one of the great success stories you'll ever see.
Okay, I don't know if I'll have more on Marchand coming up. But we like to go to Call's opening segment if you're ready, and you are. George in New Hampshire, lead us off. What do you got?
Mike, I told you a week ago today that Bill Belichick, nobody wanted him.
Hold on one second. This is a guy, now I remember. This is a guy who calls up, and I'm glad, I recognize the name, but now I know who he is. He's a guy that yells at me every week for something that I had nothing to do with. It's my fault. I'm the problem.
You only get that once a week?
But but it's a good leadoff. So I'm glad. George, go ahead, start over. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Mike, I'm sorry to yell at you. I apologize.
No, please. That's why I'm here.
Okay. So nobody wants him. Nobody wants the baggage. And there's no doubt in my mind, Mike, there is no doubt in my mind that Jonathan Kraft, a.k.a. Thanks Dad, dropped a dime on Bill to some of the other owners in the league. Okay? And my advice to you, Mike, stop listening to your pals on ESPN and start listening to me. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe I should. Do you think the Pats and the ownership there sandbag Belichick with other owners?
I mean, I think that if someone called, they gave them their honest opinion. And could they have called around in some cases? Sure.
No, if they were that devious, they wouldn't have done the big dog and pony show the day that they fired him when he's up there with Robert Kraft and they're playing, puppy dogs and rainbows and basically, smooching each other. I don't think that they would have done that and then said, okay, adios, and then get on the phone like, you don't want to hire him.
Well, Jonathan wasn't there, was he? Oh, no, that was the Mayo thing.
Even if the Krafts were. If Belichick were a worthy candidate in the owner's eyes.
Correct.
I mean, let me tell you. What do you think the Krafts were saying about Bill Parcells behind the scenes in January of '97?
Bad things.
I doubt they were giving him a good endorsement. I didn't seem to me like he had trouble landing a job. He landed it before he even got to that point. You know what I mean? So, I'm sure there's a lot of owners who have a lot of bad things to say about a coach they just fired, and that coach still lands on his feet. So no matter what the Krafts were saying, that should not be holding that should not have held Bill Belichick back to the point that it held him back.
No, it's not the reason he didn't get a job. Definitely not.
No, this to me, this isn't a Belichick thing in a nutshell. The bigger picture is this is an age thing. Where's the buzz for Pete Carroll? The same thing has happened to him. It's like No Country for Old Men. The game has passed them by. Everything has sped up. They're just there now like, I don't know. It's all gone past me. The world's gone crazy. I don't know about this crazy game anymore. These quarterbacks, the way they're paying them. They don't want the old guys anymore. That's what it's about.
Continue on an agenda-free Friday. Billy in Peabody with the Sox thought. Go ahead, Billy.
Tony, regarding winter weekend in Springfield last week, seems that Andrew Bailey and Breslow seem to be happy with the present, whatever we picked up, Giolito, and they're going to try to develop, I don't know, I guess Bailey sees gold in Houck and Whitlock, and he feels that he can turn these fellas around. So let's just say that we don't get a Montgomery or a Snell. It looks like that's out. They're not going to spend the money. Fred Lynn said the most intelligent thing I heard at that winter weekend by saying, you're not going to get pitching, shore up the defense. So this, which was terrible last year.
Billy, give me the...
I believe Matt Chapman's still available.
Matt Chapman. You interested in Matt Chapman?
So, look, he's tremendous defensively. They need probably a better bat than that in the middle of the lineup, but sure. Yeah, I mean, why not? Honestly, I've reached a stage where, I'll take anything.
Am I supposed to care about Matt Chapman?
No. No,
Is
he's
that
a
going to change the?
tremendous defensive third baseman. Tremendous. It would take Devers off the field. You'd be really good on the left side with him and Story.
And then I'm sorry. So where's how many DHs do they have?
Oh, God, 1 million. Yeah. Seriously, this is part of the problem. They said I'm not sure they've improved the defense all that much.
Oh, no. Maz, they're going to coach it better.
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
It's all in the
That's part
instruction.
of full throttle. Yeah.
Yes, when Werner said full throttle, he meant different infield defense instruction. That's what he meant by full throttle.
If they get Matt Chapman or they don't, does it change anything?
This is what I just asked.
Yeah.
Does it change?
No. This is why I said, sure, I'll take him.
Does it change the projection?
No.
Of the win-loss total? Does it change my interest? Does it change your interest? Does it move the needle in any way, shape, or form?
No. I mean, they might go from 80 wins to 83.
Oh,
84.
really? He's good for 3 or 4 wins?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. Last year, if you add up all the defense and their defense is better, could they win a few more games? Sure. Are they going anywhere? No. Is there a reason to watch? No. I mean, look, I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm sorry.
When does the baseball hour start?
I told you, Jimmy Stewart and I talked about this. I'm going to take nominations for a second team.
Oh, yeah, no, I know you're
Oh,
talking about
no.
this.
I've said for years, it's too late now. But boy, do I wish Boston had a National League team.
Oh, it'd be great.
Oh, I'd be all over that team.
No, really. I'm trying to decide whether we talk Dodgers. You think I'm kidding?
No. Believe me, my attachment to the sport is the Brewers.
Yankees?
Thank God I have them. Without them.
So with all due respect, I need something
No,
sexier.
I'm not asking you to do that.
Yeah,
but
Dodgers, Yankees. I think we focus on them during the summer.
I mean, maybe that's the way to go. I'll go back to the 70s, Dodgers, Yankees.
Well, you hate the Dodgers.
Well, but so do other people that might be good talk. Hate's good. Hate works.
No, I hate definitely.
We've built 14 years on you.